Praise be Jesus and Mary. It is honor, it is pride for me to be here with you all. Thank you for invitation to be one of you, to join this festival, youth festival, and thank you all for having come here to bear witness for your faith, to show to the world that you believe and that you are not afraid to point it out. In front of me, what I see is a beautiful image of a crowd of young people who have come here to MEĐUGORJE, come to testify, come to give thanks just like I have for all the blessings. For all the blessings that we have received, to thank to Blessed Mother, to thank God, to thank Jesus. Many times I said openly in public without fear and shame that I'm Catholic, that I am a believer. And everything that I have achieved in my life, I owe, and I thank for to God and my family. God is always with us, therefore be not afraid to believe, be not afraid to bear your testimony. God is here, and whenever there are difficult moments in your life, whenever you find yourself in front of a wall, an obstacle, don't be afraid. God is there. He will never abandon us. We just ought to believe. I was born in Livno, a small place, village of Brina, Western Herzegovina. His first neighbors are Franciscans and the Church of Gorica, and his whole childhood is connected to the church. My parents, especially my mother, who rests in peace, she taught me, always told me, gave me faith. And from my home, I took it with me into the world when at the age of 16, I followed my ambitions and goals with desire to do and achieve something in my life. I had two things on my mind. One, not to put my parents to shame in any way, not to betray them with my behavior. And the second one, not to return home as a loser, but as a victor, as a winner. And that happened 2018 when I returned to Livno as a vice champion of the world. 60,000 people welcomed me. That was my success. But from this perspective, all this is nice. My path was hard, very demanding, full of challenges, full of trials, and I thank God, with my family together, I dealt with all that and achieved something in life. Honestly, I didn't think that I would achieve such results, such success, but dear God wanted it, and He put me on the right place in the right moment and gave me a chance to achieve something in my life, to achieve this success. Therefore, my message to all of you, especially to young people, is don't ever give up. Every obstacle can be overcome. Just believe. Have your ambition, have your goal, and do everything to achieve it. Don't ever give up. There is always hope. There is always something that will inspire you to something better. God is with us. Oh yes, there is also one there who does not want us to achieve anything, but we are not giving up, we shall fight. This is why I am thankful to God, because He preserved me, kept me safe in the midst of all these trials and temptations, and helped me to overcome all difficult moments. My family helped me so much, my parents, my wife, my children. There were moments when one goes astray, goes the wrong way, but what is important is to return, so that mistake you made, you do not repeat them, but you learn from them. My parents, especially my mother, they taught me to believe. All that I took with me to the world, I took from my family and my home. Last year, I lost both of my parents. They had a long life, thanks to God, and they witnessed my successes. But whenever parents go from this world, it is too soon. I went at the age of 16 to the world, and I left home, and all I needed was to call and ask, how are you? I thought then that it was enough. But over the last 5-6 years, when I returned to Croatia, I realized that I need to give more attention to my parents and family, because they gave us life, they gave us future.
Oni su nam dali sve što imamo.
They gave us all that we have. And when we are young, as you are young, we follow our ambitions, goals, forgetting about our parents. We think it is enough to just ring and ask, how are you? One message that I would like to share with you, young people: don't ever forget your parents. Find always time for them. Put them in the first place, because one day when they are gone, you will feel sorry. Young people, from my personal experience, I am telling you, do not forget your parents. Do not forget them, because they gave you all that you have, all that I achieved. I thank God, and I thank my family, my wife and my children, because when there are hard moments, they are with you and they will never abandon you.
Ja živim
I am living the most beautiful moments of my sport career over the past 5 years. I would like to take the advantage of this moment and thank all of you from Bosnia and Herzegovina, all of you from Croatia, all of you from around Europe and the world, for your love and emotions and support that you are giving to Croatian national soccer team. You are our strength. You are our support. You are our inspiration. When we see you and your emotions, that gives us all the more strength and energy inspires us to fight for our Croatia, for Croatian people. Thank you.
Izbornik je rekao da je odrastao.
Selector said that he grew up in the neighborhood of the Franciscans. This is why not a journalist is here, but one young Franciscan. So let us now speak with the selector, particularly of his youth. Hood, because young people are here, young face of the church. First of all, have you ever been to youth festival before? No, didn't have a chance so far. Always something else came first. Really, with greatest joy, I have accepted your invitation. I am grateful to be here and participate in the Youth Festival this year. Let us start with your childhood. You said that Franciscans were your first neighbors. Children and young people always need an example and a model to follow. Do you remember a nun, a Franciscan, somebody who was an example to you in faith and prayer? Every day and always, I was in and around the church. I was an altar boy too. I was with friars and nuns and those who studied there. I cannot say that I had one idol, one particular person, but it is always important to listen to priests and those who are older than we are, learn from their experience, something what will work the best for you. And I did the same throughout my lifetime, always learning from experienced people who through their works and life succeeded. It was important to me. And the everyday presence of church in my life has put me in the right direction and kept me in that direction always. You said that when you were 16 years old, you left your home and went into the world. Here are young people who have to make their decisions. You mentioned as two goals of yours. How to help young people to make their decisions in life, how to face the fact that they have to leave their parents and home. Yes, definitely these are hardest moments when you have to leave your house and go to the university, for example, to achieve your goals and ambitions. We who are born in little places, villages and towns, we go to bigger towns. We face many temptations. Towns offer many challenges, different life. We have to show our character there and our strength with the help of God to preserve yourself from what the town is offering. Keep yourself on the right path. Know that your parents are watching over you, fearing about you. Don't disappoint them. They want to see you succeeding, finishing school, starting a family. That was the case with me. I went to a big town, and for some time I was walking on the very edge of life. Thank God. and character of mine, I kept on the right path, and life then gives you reward. God allows only that much of suffering in our life that we can endure. It is important to know how to confront and deal with problems and challenges, remaining in faith always.
Bili ste i sami nogometaš.
You were a soccer player yourself. You met many people. You met people from other corners of the world, other religions, other lifestyles. You mentioned that life carries along difficulties and failures and all. Did you find on your path a friend? How important it is to have a friend and to be a friend to others. On my life path, friend called Jesus had important role. Of course that in your life you have to depend on your parents, family and friends. It is not easy to achieve anything on your own. I always speak of friendship, of communion, of people around you, that is a guarantee for a success. For a success. It is great support to have a good friend by your side who you can trust, that will give you good advice, who will also correct you if you go wrong. It is important to have God and Jesus by your side, knowing that He accompanies you, being sure that He will be there when you most need it. We must believe that. Today, so easily can we destroy everything, be left without all that surrenders us, but it is so hard and a lot of effort is required to gather people around you, to preserve your family and friends in the midst of trials of these modern times. All of us, we have to work more on that, keeping together, staying together through friendship and with the help of people around us to achieve our life goals. Cherish your friendships, and be aware how easily it can be destroyed. You spoke of life decisions, of turning points. Of course, we Croats are very into Croatian national soccer team. You started to steer the team in a very turbulent time. Could you expect that such a great historic success would come through you? Before Croatian national soccer team, for 12 years I was a coach already in Saudi Arabia. I worked as a coach in order to make myself better, in order also to do something for the welfare of my family. In 2018, I received the invitation which I hoped for, expected, or did not dare to hope and respect, but that was my dream, definitely. It was my life goal. I wanted one day to be the selector of Croatian national soccer team. All of us who are coaches, we dream of that, to be a coach of a national team. At that time, in 2017, it was a very negative vibe around our national soccer team. But when I was invited, I didn't think of how negative that moment was, but I believed in myself. I believed in players, and that's how I worked from the first day on. We won against Ukraine 2-0. I didn't expect that in 5 years we were going to win 3 medals in great world competitions. These 3 medals are great success not only of the Croatian national soccer team, but entire Croatian nation. There is something far more valuable than medals. 2018, we felt that Croatian people were united. Children started to wear Croatian jerseys, and that was the greatest gain. That Croatia felt its identity, and that communion among all of us was far more than the medal. And we lived, Croatian people lived the way I dream of. Homeland, God, family, love, unity, peace. In my book, which was published after World Cup in Russia, one chapter had the title, Why Me, O Lord? God chose me and placed me in the right moment at the right place and gave me a chance to succeed. Forever I will be grateful to God for results and for the chance I was given.
Evo, ovo je duhovna obnova mladih.
Youth Festival is a spiritual renewal of young people. To participate in spiritual renewal, one has to be aware that spiritual renewal is needed. Today's world does not tolerate failures, falls, only wants success, power, glory overnight. You said yourself, how many years did it take for you to achieve your success? How can young people emphasize importance of perseverance in their life and never quitting? There is no success without falling. We have to remain strong in the midst of that. But allow me to give you as an example Croatian national soccer team, how success can be achieved. Even that what is impossible can be achieved. Nevertheless, in spite of all odds, Croatia has 4 million inhabitants, and our soccer team became second and third on the last 2 World Cups, winning once bronze and once a silver medal. And we show to the world how little ones can be great ones. We are a little country, but our dreams are great, and with their behavior, with their talent and effort, they brought the whole world to cheer for them. That was Croatian national soccer team lives the values of Croatian people, the tradition, which is love, communion, patriotism, faith, and because of that they achieved such a great result. Of course that their talent and quality is important, but they can be an example to all of you that you can achieve everything in your life if you are bold, if you believe, if you persevere, if you live correctly. You may fall, but never give up. Always believe And that is what the players of the Croatian national soccer team did. Personal ego, individualism we put aside, and we dedicated all together to one goal. We individually submitted ourselves to that goal. We did not put an accent on an individual, but the team and the result, the Croatian people. And that's why we made such 3 great results. I think that God has given us Croatian people these 3 great chances to wake up, because after the war that we suffered, my personal opinion is that what has been happening for the last 5 years is so important for our identity and integrity. That is an example that young people can achieve any success with love and faith and communion.
Evo, kroz ovaj vaš mandat, kroz ovih proteklih 5-6 godina, u vašim...
Over the last 5-6 years, as you coach the national Croatian soccer team, in all of your interviews as a layperson, as a husband, as father, as mature man, you often emphasize the importance of family and humility. These 2 words in the world are not kept. The world emphasizes ego, and the word humility presents a provocation. What do these 2 words mean to you? Family and humility. Exactly because people are forgetting the importance of family and humility, this is why I mention them a lot. They are important. I shared with you what family means to me and what does support of a family means to me. Humility is not the word often present in the public language, but after our duel with Argentina, it came to me that we have to remain humble. Somebody interpreted it in a wrong way. If we are humble, it does not mean that we are weak. We respect others. If we are humble, it doesn't mean that we are going to bow before anybody. We kneel and bow only before God. But in our profession, in our work, we have to be modest and humble, not allow ourselves to think that we are the most beautiful, the best, the most quality one. We have to be calm, keep our both feet on the ground, believe in what we are doing, and in this way, to be humble does not mean to be weak. It means that you believe in yourself, but you respect everybody around you without underestimating anybody else. This is why Croatian team is so successful, because they are humble.
U Međugorje kroz 42 godine dolazi nebrojen broj.
Over the last 42 years, huge numbers of people have come to Međugorje, to Our Lady Queen of Peace, from all around the world. Last year, you came on foot here from your native town, Livno, about 120 kilometers. Would you share, please, with us this experience? What does it mean for you, Međugorje, and being a pilgrim in this world? I have often come to Međugorje, participated in masses and prayers, went up the hills to the apparition sites. It was always important for me. It was giving me spiritual strength. It was my spiritual renewal. And I decided to go on foot to MEĐUGORJE. I didn't go in order to pray for something in the future, but I went on foot in order to thank God for all the blessings that I had received previously in my life and throughout my career.
Za ono što mi je dragi Bog dao, što mi je dragi Bog omogućio.
For God has given me and made possible for me. I thought that it was the best thing I could do. And that is so much less than some of you have done coming from who knows how far away. When after 3 days I finally reached MEĐUGORJE, I found myself in front of the church at night. I was so happy, so proud. I felt such peace. I cannot describe you. It was hard. I was wounded and I didn't know whether I was going to be able to keep my vow. But step after step, I reached MEĐUGORJE and I felt in my heart such happiness. Everything that was before was forgotten. God willingly, I will come once again this year to MEĐUGORJE on foot to thank Blessed Mother for all the graces that she, with her intercession, obtains for us.
Ne smijemo zaboraviti ni to, evo, da ste to.
We must not forget. You mentioned rosary many times in your interviews and during competitions in public. We can see rosary in your hand. What does rosary mean to you? Rosary means to me a lot. I always have rosary on me. I feel peace and greater security when I have it on me. In the moments while players are playing, match is going on, perhaps people think I am calm, but I have to keep my calm, I have to keep my concentration, I have to control my emotions, I have to make decisions, so holding rosary in my hand is what helps me. I, together with my team and players, we prepare ourselves for the match, and when the match is starting, I say, God, I surrender to you. And rosary is in my pocket, and when it's a difficult situation, I hold rosary in my pocket, and I know all will be fine. I know God is with me, and He will give me and my players as much as we deserve, and He will give that much to all of us. Therefore, pray every day. I pray every day. Every day I thank God for what is given to me. In the evening I give thanks for what I received during the day. Prayer gives us strength, gives us energy, strong will. It's what keeps us well. I repeat again, be not afraid to bear witness for your faith. Be not afraid to believe. We are not imposing anything onto anybody. We just simply appreciate, respect what is our tradition, and as we respect other people around us who are different. At the end of this short interview, Zlatko, what would you like to give as a message to these young people? They could already learn so much from you, but at the end, what would you like to say to them that they may take with them in a heart back home and share with others? Thank you, all of you who came to MEĐUGORJE, especially from other countries and different parts of the world.
Ustajete, mladi ljudi, stavite pred sebe.
Young people, don't ever give up. Put the goal in front of you. Have your dream. Follow that dream. That dream will be realized. For that dream to be realized, you have to work hard, to work honestly. You have to believe, to persevere. You have to be modest and humble. You have to respect all around you. God is always with you, and He will reward you for what we do. Each one of us has a mission and a path in life. My mission with Croatian national soccer team is to do the best we can in a sports sense as well as any other way, to propagate faith, to show how we live and what we believe. And I wish you all to achieve your dreams and ambitions. Follow them, and may God reward you. After your festival, I wish you safe return back home. Take from MEĐUGORJE peace, respect, and may our faith and your faith be all the stronger, firmer in this world that is full of trials, world that wants everything upside down. Let us not be afraid to propagate our faith. Let us bear witness that we are Catholics, that we are believers. Let us live in such a way and achieve our goals and all our ambitions. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your attention. I wish you God's blessing and safe return back home.